Hello, 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 my beautiful people. Welcome. I can't believe it's day 3 already, and what an incredible week it has been. Welcome and congratulations to every single one of you for showing up before we start, for doing the work, and for saying yes to you. Welcome. I want to see who you are. Remember to click the link above and give me a hello or I'm ready. I'm ready to get started today. I'm ready to go deeper. I want to see who's here. Hello, Leslie. My God, we have had the privilege and the honor of having Leslie with us. She joined our You Were Born Rich study circle this morning, and she is breaking through some major goals and barriers. Welcome, Leslie. Hello, Mapule. I love seeing my clients. Follow me and come to sessions. Hello, Facebook user. So Facebook user says it's 4 a.m. in South Africa, but I can't miss the powerful engagement. Welcome. We can't see your name. If you want to click the link above, that will help me see your name. Hello, Annette. Hello, Rafael. Hello, Joe. Hello, Boozy. Hello, Madiha. Welcome, Madiha. You're very lucky. I'm your success advisor. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let's get started. Let's move into session 3. Boy, oh boy, what a week we have had. We've had so many people just register. Even though we're halfway through, we just keep getting new people registering. So if you haven't met me, I'm Susanna. Welcome to Successful You. We are on session 3 and we have been on quite a journey. Thank you to every single one of you that has had your one-on-one session with your incredible success advisor. I want to acknowledge my team again. They are working tirelessly in the background to help you achieve your goals. And I want to acknowledge and congratulate every single one of you who is here today. Those of you waking up at 4 a.m., those of you that are stopping work just to come on board, to hear, to learn, to develop something inside of you so that you can start to live the life that you want. And I congratulate you for that. You are true winners. You are my type of people. So massive acknowledgement and congratulations to you. Okay. Who's ready? Who is ready to take it to the next level? Let me hear you say, yeah, I am ready. I am ready. Let's do this. Let's do this. Thank you for bringing such a beautiful energy to all of us. It's been incredible. So, just a bit of a recap. Day 1, we spoke about the first law of order. And the first law of order is clarity. Your mind needs clarity. So who has a very clear description of what success means to them? Who has a very clear description? So everyone's saying, ready, let's go. I'm so ready, Lynette says. Hi, Susanna. Hi, Deb. Leslie is awesome. She is. I am ready. Okay. So who has a clear description of what success means to them? So remember, your mind needs clarity. That's the first step. And yesterday, boy, oh boy, oh boy, thank you for your messages. I set a little challenge for you all yesterday, and that was that you open up and you soak the information up. And I promised you one thing: if you opened up to the truth of you, things are going to start to happen, because you start to see life in a very different perspective, a very different way than what you've ever experienced life from before. So if you haven't watched session 1 or 2, please go back. Please go back. And session 2 was really important because that's the part that most coaches miss. There's thousands of coaches out there, and even with my background in psychology and a lifetime journey to help you get to where you want to go. That was my purpose as soon as I was born. This is my purpose, what I'm doing now. But the frustration was that they missed a key element in your potential. And that is the truth of who you are. Once you start to understand that you are limitless, that the only limits on you and on your life are the limits that you have put on yourself. The only limits that you have stopping you, preventing you, blocking you are the limits of your awareness, are the limits of your subconscious paradigms. And when you tap into the truth, the real truth of who you are, not Susanna, I'm female, I'm 21 years old, I've got whatever, 5 degrees, I'm funny, I'm not good at maths. No. That's not the truth of who you are. That's not the truth that I'm talking about. Once you start to open up just a little bit, just a tiny bit, to the truth that you, my friend, you are 99.99999% pure source intelligence. You are the same intelligence that has created the sun, the stars. There are infinite number of, we can't even count the number of stars, the planets, and everything in the whole universe. You are exactly the same energetic substance that intelligence is. That's you. That's you. That's more of you than your personality, than your 5 senses, and who you think you are on the physical. Yesterday, I invited you to just open up to a little bit of that truth. And most of you said yes. And we were inundated with messages from all of you. Thank you so much of how much that session changed something inside them, inside you. You see, up until this moment, there's 2 things I know for sure, 100% about you, that you have got so much potential inside you that you can never, ever use in this one lifetime. And the second thing that I know about you is that up until now, you have been playing small. You have been living your life like the 99% of people that I shared yesterday, that my dear friend Bob Proctor said that 99% of people don't think. 99% of people are living day to day and they're unconscious. And I met with my wonderful new friend Jim just before I got on this call with all of you. Boy, oh boy, what an incredible human being. I hope, Jim, you're here. Give me a big hi if you're here. I want to see you. I want to see that you're here. I can't see you, but I want to see that, you are with us. And Jim put it perfectly. He said that I was living. Hey, Jim. Jim is here. Jim is in the house. Woo! Say hello to Jim, everybody. Lovely to have you here. And Jim, one thing that Jim said, he nailed it, was that we are living dead. We are living dead. So what did he mean by that? He meant that we are unconscious. We're living our days every day, waking up, going to work, doing what we're supposed to do. And we've never, ever tapped into that infinite well of potential. We've never experienced the awe, unless it was a major event like a birth of a child or something like that. But what about the awe of you? You see, one thing I know for sure is every single one of you up until this moment has been playing small. And that just, I don't even know the word, I'm perplexed by that, because every single one of you is 99.999% source energy. It is the most creative force, the highest intelligence that you can ever experience. It is absolute genius. And this is you. This is what you have inside you. Now, you may have been living unconscious up until now, and that's fine. But what you do from it, from this moment forward, now that you've got the information, now that you understand a little bit about yourself, what are you going to do with it? You see, there's no excuse of how you live your life from this point forward. You make a decision. You do the work to change your paradigm. And sometimes it does take work, and you need that support. Everybody needs it. And you say, enough is enough. I am a 10, and I'm going to tap into my greatness. Who's up for that challenge? Who's up for that challenge? Show me in the chat box. I am going to open up to my greatness. I'm going to be my greatness. Natalia says, hell yeah. So the next step, the next part of the puzzle. So you know now, you know the truth of who you are. Okay? Even if you've opened up, even if it's confusing, most of you would have felt energetically what that means on some level. Okay? Joe says, I'm going to be my greatness. Absolutely. Lynette, I'm going to be my greatness. Absolutely. So you know now, you know that you have genius locked up inside you. You know what that means. And you have a choice. You can continue to live unconsciously, or you can tap into the infinite possibilities that are waiting for you. They will not happen unless you dare. Unless you dare to live your successful life, unless you dare to break through your financial barriers, unless you dare to break through that image of yourself that is less than. I know for sure that 100% of you, maybe not my team so much, because they've been working on this with me for a number of years. They were clients first. But I know 100% of you is carrying an image of themselves that is less than. So let's get into lesson 3. Lesson 3 is an absolute key to your success. And that is your new successful self-image. So, you know a little tiny bit about me. I'm going to share more about my story tomorrow. So you'll learn more about me, and you'll learn that I am just like you, okay? But even though I had studied psychology, counseling, I went to Hiroshima City University and a university in the UK, and I was in senior management, I always thought that self-image meant your style, the way that you dress, the way that you present yourself physically. And who has the same idea as self-image, that it's your style and the way that you present yourself? My clients don't answer. You know the answer to this. You've been doing the incredible work and getting the incredible results. You see, because that's what I believed self-image was. But what I learned was the real self-image, and what I'm sharing with you in this session today, is the image that you have of yourself in your mind. So what's the image that you have of yourself in your mind? It might be of somebody that is overweight. It might be of somebody that's living in poverty. It might be an image of somebody that's just not good enough or less than. Or at least it was of somebody up until yesterday's session, of somebody that's less than up until yesterday's session. You see, evidence now shows us, and self-image was actually discovered by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, and I'll tell you his story, and I'll share his story with you in a moment. But evidence, now this is science, okay? This is not something I'm making up. Evidence now shows us that you, my friend, will never, ever outdo your self-image. So your self-image determines your results. Write that down. My self-image determines my results. You will never, ever, ever outgrow the image that you have of yourself in your subconscious mind. So, want more money? Want greater success? Want that wonderful relationship? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as somebody that is less than, that can't have more? You see, one of the biggest barriers, maybe one of the biggest ideas that we're thought to believe, okay, maybe that's a better way of terming it. So one of the biggest ideas that we are thought, that we are led to believe, is that if we want a goal, so let's say my hand represents your goal, okay, and you're here, right? You want to achieve this goal. So you need to aim for that goal from here, from where you are now. So what happens? Because the goal is separate from you and it feels too big, you start to strive and go for the goal. And what happens? Bang, you sabotage. You start to go for the goal. Whoops, all of a sudden you're busy. You start to go for a goal. Whoops, there's no money for coaching. You start to go for the goal. You get sick. So this is your subconscious and your self-image on the subconscious level, right? And if you stay and you want to get here from here, so you stay with the self-image that you've always had, then you will never get here. Or if you do, it won't be permanent. Okay, you'll self-sabotage. You'll probably be exhausted and sick by the time you get there. How many people do we know that have worked their butts off and don't get anywhere? Or how many people do we know that achieve a goal and they're exhausted and they get sick? Right? Because they're coming from old paradigms, and you all know what a paradigm is, from the old subconscious programming, wanting to get there, and that's why they fail. If you want to have success in your life, if you want your definition of success to become a reality, to be manifested on the physical, you must raise the bar. You must achieve your goal, live your definition from the place of already having it. Because the self-image that you've had up until now won't cut it. So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about yourself right now? Do you believe you can achieve the success that you want? Do you really believe it? If you say yes, who do you see when you look in the mirror? Is it someone that has already achieved their success? Is it someone that has clients coming to them left, right, and center? Or is it someone that's less than? You can't look at yourself in the mirror. Because the way that you see yourself will determine your results 100% of the time. 100% of the time. So, if you had the success already, who would you be? What are the characteristics of the person that you would love to become? And I don't like the word become. In my own experience, there are some words that don't resonate with me. And I was saying to Jim this morning, the word growth doesn't resonate with me anymore. Why? Because the more and more awareness, or the deeper and deeper awareness that you have of yourself and the infinite wealth of potential that you have within you, the deeper awareness that you have of that, then you realize there is no growth. You realize that everything that you've wanted to be is already in you. Everything. So what parts of yourself that you have never experienced before would need to come out in order for you to have your dream? You see, it's your new successful self-image that is aligned with your goal that will bring your goal to you. Now, that doesn't mean, be careful how you hear that. That does not mean that you don't have to do any work. But you cannot get to there from here. And many of you have tried it and tried it and tried it. And for many of you, that's the reason why you are here right now. Because you're frustrated. You've had success in your life already. You just can't move past that financial goal or bringing in more finances. You just can't move past the frustration of not having the relationship that you want. You just can't move past moving your team to a 7 or 8 figure business. And that's because you are trying to get here from the place of your paradigms and your subconscious self-beliefs. So your self-image must align with your goal. I would like to invite you all to imagine that you have your goal already. So your definition of success, I think it was Joe that said yesterday and the day before, Joe's definition of success is time and money freedom. That's what he wants. So the question would be for Joe, let's say you had time and money freedom right now. How would that be for you? And who are you now that you have it? Many of you are entrepreneurs. I attract successful people already that want to get greater success, and that's who I love to work with, people that are successful, because there's a different psychology and they want to get to the next level. And many of you are afraid of stepping into, or onto, I should say, your own stage of greatness. Many of you have visions of making a difference to many people, of bringing their businesses, taking their businesses and the impact and the service global. But you're afraid of what it will mean to step up in your leadership. Let me tell you, you will not get to here coming from here. And I speak to you from experience. It must be here. You see, Your Two Minds, my company, in a very short time has gone global. I've shared that we are in every single continent in the world, most countries in the world, apart from Antarctica. And our incredible Jo promised that she'll get onto talking to a few penguins and getting us on board. But I've done that. I've achieved that. That was a childhood dream of mine. So I went and studied psychology and counseling and got a job. And soon after that, I was in senior management. I ended up in senior management at the age of 26. That was a quantum leap. Okay. And most of my career has been in senior management. And I had obviously had a gift of some sort. I kept getting, more and more, receiving more and more responsible jobs. But my dream, my idea of success was to be doing what I'm doing now. And that's my gift. I was born with it. As far as I could remember, that child that I would dream of an international company. But you see, it took me a lot longer to get there. A lot longer than what I thought. I've got it now and I love it, but it took me a lot longer. And I don't want you to make the same mistake as I did. The only reason why it took me so long to leave the living dead, as my friend Jim shared this morning. So you're in a job that you don't really enjoy. It's not fulfilling you. You've got a dream, you've got a vicious cycle that you're following just to pay the bills. And you're a slave to your own paradigms. You're a slave to your own fears. You're a slave to your own limits. You're a slave to the check that you receive, the pay that you receive every day, every week, every second week, every month. So the only reason it took me so long to jump, and you're going to hear my story and how I did it tomorrow, was because my self-image was here and my dream and my life purpose was here. And I was thinking about it from here, from a self-image of, I'm not good enough. How am I ever going to do that? Oh, I don't know. All I know is to work. What am I going to do without the paycheck? Yeah, okay, I'll go for it. Nah, can't. I'm working. I'll go for it. Nah, I'm too busy. I'll go for it. No, I can't let go of my job. I'm in debt. And year after year turned into decade after decade. And finally, when I was in my early 40s, I jumped. And I decided to finally pursue that childhood dream, my purpose. And what I found was the first year and a half, it was so difficult because I was trying to achieve it from here. But as soon as I changed my paradigm, and as soon as I aligned my self-image to the dream, and I felt worthy and it became me, guess what? Guess what happened? All of you came. All of my clients came. And all of a sudden, in a matter of about 3 years, Susanna served 1,600 people all around the world. And what I learned was, when I changed those paradigms, when I changed my deep self-image, when I got the help that I needed, it was ease and flow. Who would love more ease and flow in their life? I think we all would, right? Now, it doesn't mean that we don't work. The past week, we have been working tirelessly to serve you. Okay, sometimes we put in a lot of energy into serving you, and to me, it's not work, it's love. But it's amazing how it all came together, and Your Two Minds is an international company now because one woman decided to raise the bar. What could you achieve if you changed the image that you have of yourself? What could you achieve if you aligned your self-image to your inner greatness? You heard the truth about you yesterday. Now, I can't change it for you. It's your responsibility to do that. The question is, are you going to do that? Are you going to really do what it takes to start making the internal change that you need to change in order to have what you deserve to have? I can't answer that question. Only you can. Joe says absolutely. Lynette says yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Ease and flow. So Jim says goal manifestation in the way is what, whoops, it's disappeared, is what we all learn. But the way you look at it is more powerful. Self-image. Everything is self-image. Everything. Your past does not have to be your present, and you don't have to take that image into the future. You can be, do, and have whatever it is that you want, whatever it is. Now, it's getting loud here because it's pouring down rain in Melbourne. It just came down very quickly. I hope that it's not impacting on the sound, but I'm going to keep going. So how do you get a strong self-image? How do you change your image? So your self-image is a paradigm. And what did we learn yesterday? Your paradigms are insidious. They're going to creep up. So you will need to get help and coaching to break through this. But let's start the work together. So the first step is you have decided what it is that you want. And the second step is to start using the most powerful creative force that exists. What is the most powerful creative force that exists? Can anyone guess? My clients, you know the answer, but leave it for others to have a go. You know the answer. The sound is good. I'm glad. So what is the most powerful creative force that exists? My mind. It is in your mind, Leslie. That is the most powerful force. Yes, it is your mind, but it's one of your higher faculties that I'm talking about. So you have 6 higher faculties. I go deeper into your higher faculties in my coaching program. It's not for this session, okay? But if you want to learn more, speak to your success advisor about my coaching program, okay? So it is your imagination, okay? It is your imagination. Einstein said that intellect is one thing, but imagination, so intellect would get you to a certain level, but imagination, your imagination will take you anywhere. So what are you imagining? What are you imagining as your truth? And you create your self-image by going to the end, by living or by imagining, and living, but that's a part of the next step. So by imagining that you have the success that you want already. So let's try that while we're together. So let's imagine that you are living the success that you have always wanted. How does that feel? Who are you as a person? What are your characteristics like? Who are you? How do you spend your day? What do you think about most? Who are you as a leader? And how do you feel about yourself? What is the image of yourself that you carry now? When you think of you, who do you feel like? What do you see in your mind? So rather than striving to get to here from here, and that's why you feel stuck. That's why you feel challenged. That's why you feel like you can't break through. Because you're trying to get here with subconscious paradigms that are here. So rather than doing that, move your self-image to this. And then, as my dear friend and my dear mentor, Bob Proctor, said, then act as if. Act as if until it becomes your natural state. And if you continue to act as if, you will eventually be it. And the international company, the money, the love, the health will start to flow to you. You see, as I say to my clients on our incredible week, and aren't our weekly coaching calls incredible? I've got quite a few clients here. Tell us what you think about, let everyone know how you feel about Mondays with me. They are so powerful. Let's imagine that this here is a hose. Okay, so we plug it into a tap, and on the other end, water comes out. And you have a garden in front of you that you are watering, you are nurturing. Okay, so as long as the hose is pretty straight, the water will flow through in abundance, right? Yeah, and you can flower your plants. Sorry, you can water your plants. I've been talking since 7 o'clock this morning. What happens if we tied a knot or there was a kink in the hose? What will happen now? Or if it was, twisted, will the water flow freely to water the garden? No, it will get stuck here, right? Do you realize that's what you are doing every single day when it comes to living your dream, your success? It's not that you're not competent. It's not that you're not capable. You have absolutely infinite potential inside you. But you are kinking the flow of the energy that feeds your dream. You are kinking it by a negative self-image, having anger and resentment, believing it's too hard, believing that money is not for you, money is greedy, believing that you're not good enough. How in the world are you ever able to achieve your dream if this is the way that you've been living? You need to decide what it is that you want and know that you're worthy. You need to decide what it is that you want and only focus on what you want. You need to decide what it is that you want and be a 10. Do absolutely what it takes. You need to decide what it is that you want. And you need to invest time and money in yourself. Like what my mentor said, Bob Proctor, if you don't invest time and money in yourself, you don't deserve to win. You need to align your self-image to your goal so that your 99% of source energy that you are can freely flow through you, and it can water your dream into its physical reality. You have got the exact same potential as me, as Joe, as my team, as Bob Proctor. And I was saying to Jim this morning, because we have many similarities, he's also into personal development and has followed Bob. I said, how in the world did an ordinary woman from Melbourne, Australia, with 5 million people in the state of Victoria, get to be a personal and dear friend with the world's greatest teacher in human potential, who is halfway around the world, was living in Toronto, he's now transitioned. How in the world does a normal average woman in Melbourne have the legend in human potential, Bob Proctor, say on stages worldwide in public, Susanna is one of my top people in the world, because she dared to connect to her greatness. She used the power of her imagination, and she unlocked the kinks in the hose to allow the energy to flow through her and into, and only all she did was water her dream. You can do the same thing. I'm no different to you. And what you do, the decisions that you make in the next few days, and what you do with our time together is going to make all the difference in the world. You'll either see yourself in 12 months' time and experience yourself and your goal in 12 months' time, or you'll stay exactly where you are now. Nothing ever changing. And we find those that invest time and money in themselves see the results. What I want every single one of you to be doing tonight as your homework is working on your self-image. I want you to go to your end result. Imagine that you are living your success. Remember what I said just at the first day. So I always have my candle and my meditation music going. So here's my candle. Okay, get into a state of relaxation. Your subconscious starts to work marvelously when you are relaxed. And dream of being the success that you want to be. From that space, ask yourself, who am I? How do I feel? What is my personality like? How do I feel and think about myself? And I want you all to write a description of who you are in the success that you want in present tense. Okay? Now, my team and I have been absolutely inundated with this masterclass, and I've been helping them do the one-on-one sessions and helping, them reach out to each of you and supporting them. I don't have time to read everybody's self-image script, okay? It's something that we go deeper with when you become a client. But the first 5 people that send their success advisor, give their success advisor their self-image script, okay, I will have a look at that. So the first 5 people, so if you're serious and you want my suggestions, jump on board and write your self-image script tonight, send it to your success advisor, and I will have a look at it. I can't do it for everybody. If you decide to work with us down the track, I promise you I will have a look at that. Okay, but for now, the first 5 people. Okay, do this part of the work. Unkink your hose. Start to water your garden of success. And you can have exactly what it is that you want. You can have your equivalent to working with Bob Proctor. You can have your equivalent to an international company. You can have it all. And the fact that you are here with me now shows that you can, because you're the serious ones. Okay, who's going to do this? Who's going to write out their self-image script, and who's going to do what it takes to achieve their goal? Show me who you are. Joe says, I'm coming to Mondays. That is fantastic. Well done, Joe. What a great decision. We would absolutely love to have you. Just imagine, Joe, where you're going to be in 12 months' time if you had me and my team and our community, the Your Two Minds family, working with you. You have had changes just in 3 days. Imagine what 12 months of this will be like. Jim says, whatever it takes. Lynette, yes, I am. Facebook user, I will. Boozy, I will. Fantastic. Please do the work, okay? Do it for you. Don't do it because I'm asking you to. This is not about me. I talk about me as an example of a tiny bit of what you can achieve. You can achieve way more than what I have ever done. So please take time out to do this for you. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. It's a very critical session tomorrow because we go deeper into something that most adults have not been taught to do well, and that is making decisions. I'm sending each of you all of my love. I'm proud of every single one of you. Let's do this. Let's create a self-image that will tap into your greatness and put you in awe of you and your own life. Thank you. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.